All right. Simplifying equations, blah, 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 blah. Here's the equation. We're simplifying it. What we're doing is we're combining things to go as low as we can, as far as we can. So what we're saying is you can only combine terms that are the same when you're adding and subtracting, not multiplying and dividing. So the 2 and the 14 can be combined as well.
Wait, what? You said multiplying it.
When you're multiplying and dividing, you can combine unlike terms. But when you're adding and subtracting, they have to be like terms. So notice I put a square around the 2 and the 14 because those are like terms. The 5y and the negative 6y are like terms. Notice that all my circles and squares include the sign right before. Okay, now we're going to combine those terms. Watch what I do. I'm going to do 5y, and I'm crossing it out. Those of you, if you remember, we cross it out so we make sure we don't miss anything. Okay, minus 6y. What goes in between the parentheses? Raise your hand if you remember. What?
A plus sign.
Yeah, man. See, I know y'all remember. A plus sign always goes in between. Then I have 2, positive 2, and then plus 14. Now we can combine. What is 5y minus 6y? Taylor?
5y minus 6y is negative 1y.
Negative 1y.
Just y. Negative 1.
Okay. And then 2 plus 14 is?
Oh, so 16.
Okay. So there's your answer. Or you can just say, like you were saying, negative y plus 16. Now, can I combine these? The negative y and the 16, boys and girls?
No.
No, that's your answer. That's your answer. Now, I'm going to tell you, every time I have kids on the quizzes and tests, combine these. In fact, earlier this year, you might have been one of them that did that. Just make sure you stop right there. Don't go any further. Any questions? All right. Let's do another example. 8x minus 4x plus 6 equals negative 86. Okay, so now I have an equal sign. I have an equal sign. So this time, because of that equal sign, we're basically doing intruder alert. We're solving for a variable, solving for a letter. When you're combining like terms, where's my highlighter? You're going to combine only on one side of the equal sign. You're not going to be crossing and everything unless you do the intruder alert. Okay?
I think there's a party going on in the chat.
Okay, good. All right. Taylor, calm down. So, Izzy, what terms on this side of the equal sign, can I combine that are alike?
8x and negative 4x.
That's right. So I'm going to circle 8x and negative 4x. My pen is wearing out. Here's another one. And it's wearing out too. Okay. So can I combine the 6 with either one of these, Cecilia? Can I combine the 6 right now with the negative 86? No, you can't because of that equal sign. We can move it over, but we're not going to do that right now. We're combining like terms. All right, so 8x, cross out, minus 4x, cross out, in parentheses, see, I'm rewriting my problem, equals negative 86. All right, what's 8x minus 4x, Emily? That's right. Be confident in your answer. 4x. That's right, positive 4x. Okay, now Cecilia, what do I do? Now, can I combine 4x and the 6? No, you're correct. These are not like terms. So if I'm solving for x, what do I need to move first, Cecilia? And I'll give you a hint, intruder alert. Oh, who are you? Are you the 6?
No.
You're the x, right? Who are the intruders? 4 and 6, that's right. Here's your front door. So which one do I move first, the 4 or the 6? That's right, you're going to move the 6 first. And how do I do that? How do I move the 6 to the other side, Cecilia? Do you remember? Aiden, do you know? Joanne?
You subtract.
That's right. If we're adding 6, then we do the opposite to get it to the other side of the equal sign. So we're going to subtract 6. Those cross out, and I'm left with 4x equals negative 92. Okay, now, Cecilia, do you know what to do? See what happens when I'm gone for a week and a half? Okay, Cecilia, do you know what to do now?
4.
That's right, we got to get rid of the 4. So how do I do that?
4 over 4.
So what operation is that? Well, that's right. What are we doing here with the x? We are multiplying, correct? 4 times x. So the opposite, yes ma'am, is division. So we're going to divide both sides by 4. Is it all coming back, y'all?
Yes.
Good. So then negative 92 divided by positive 4 is what, Taylor?
Negative 23.
Very good.
I have a question.
Sure.
For at the very top of this example, say the equal sign wasn't there, would
Then
plus
you-
6 and minus 86?
You wouldn't have to, if the equal sign was not there, it would be done just like right here. You're just combining like terms, and this is kind of what you'd get.
So even though that one's negative and that one's positive?
If the equal sign is not there, then it would look like that. It'd be plus 6 minus 86. And then you would just
So
combine.
it'd be like a negative.
Yeah. Then you just combine. It would be negative 80. You would just combine like terms.
Oh, okay.
But in this case, there's an equal sign. So therefore, we're solving for the variable, and we have to follow those intruder alert rules. Everyone have it? Aiden, are you taking notes? All right, good. Okay, example. Another one. See, this is why we didn't do examples in the book, because we're doing a ton here. 7 times x plus 3 plus 5x equals 69. All right, here we go again. There's an equal sign. So you know that we're solving for a variable. We're isolating the variable. We're doing intruder alert eventually. But first, combine like terms. First, combine like terms. Don't start combining yet. Okay. Let me wait till y'all are done. Okay, we're going to combine like terms. But remember, we're going to keep it to one side of the equal sign. Now, boys and girls, if there was a bunch of stuff on this side of the equal sign as well, you would combine like terms over there, and you would combine like terms over here, and then do your intruder alert, okay? And I'll see if we need to do some of those. Okay, so what is the first thing we do, Michael? What are we doing? The distributive property, right? Very good, we're multiplying. So Michael's correct. This is your distributive property. 7 times x is what, Michael?
7x.
And 7 times positive 3 is?
21.
That's right. And then plus 5x equals 69. Okay, now, let's see. Emily, what are my like terms?
7x and 5x.
Perfect. 7x and 5x. Can I combine the 21 and 69 yet, Michaela?
No.
No. Because of that equal sign, we cannot combine them right now. Okay, so we're going to combine 7x, cross it out, plus 5x, cross it out. Now I'm rewriting plus 21 equals 69. Cecilia, what is 7x plus 5x? That's right, 12x plus 21 equals 69. All right, Aiden, what do I do now? What do I need to get rid of? You need to get rid of the 21. That's right. And how do I do that?
Subtract.
You are 100% correct. So if this is plus 21, we got to do the opposite, and that's minus 21 on both sides. That crosses out, and I have 12x equals 48. Whit, what do I need to do now?
You're gonna divide 12 on both sides.
That's right. We're going to divide 12 on both sides because the 12 is being multiplied with the x. The opposite is division. So those cancel out, and 48 divided by 12 is 4. And there's our answer. Are there any questions before I continue? Okay, while y'all are writing that, I'm going to go find me another red pen.
Is the red running out?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Whit. Okay. Next one. Another example. Y'all better be writing this down, all of this. 20 minus 9 times y plus 4 equals 2. Cecilia, what do I do first? Okay. Hurry. We have an equal sign right there. So Cecilia, tell me, what do I need to do? Okay, so we're going to do, good job, the distributive property. Perfect, Cecilia. And it's going to be negative 9, oh my goodness, times y, and then negative 9 times 4. Okay, so then we have 20 minus, well, what's negative 9 times y, Cecilia? Negative 9 times y is? Very good. And Cecilia, what is negative 9 times positive 4. Negative times a positive. Very good. It's like a Monday after 3-day weekend. I get it.
The weekend was too short.
Whoops, why do I have a parentheses? Okay, yes, ma'am?
So it's negative 9 times y.
Gives you
Neg-
negative 9y.
So then why wouldn't it be 20 and then like 2 negatives? It's like minus.
No, because look, there's no 2 negatives here. We're just covering up the 20. That's negative 9 times y is negative 9y. And then negative 9 times positive 4 is negative 36. There's only one negative there. You just cover that 20 up and you can see what that is.
So it's not 20 minus positive 9.
I mean, if you want to do it that way, 20 minus positive 9y.
So you just have like the two numbers right next to each other. And then it's negative.
Sure.
I'm confused. I don't get that.
I'm confused myself. Okay, so if you cover the 20 up, what do you have?
Negative 9.
Okay, so negative 9. Okay, now if you want, no, you need to do it this way. If you cover up the 20, you have negative 9. So
Yeah,
negative
I
9
get
times
that.
y
So
is negative 9y. So 20 minus 9y.
okay, sure.
Okay, sure. All right. So let's see. Aiden, what are my like terms?
Your like terms?
What numbers can I combine? Or what terms can I combine on this side of the equal sign?
Would it be like terms? So like what would you
Things that they're alike. Which terms are alike?
20 and 2?
Well, 2 is on this side of the equal sign. So let's just look at this. These three terms.
36 and 20.
Ah, very good. So we have 20 can combine with negative 36. Very good. We don't have another y here, right? So we can't combine it with anything. So I'm going to combine 20, cross it out, minus 36. Those are my like terms. And then you can say minus 9y equals 2. Any questions so far? Gabby, what is 20 minus 36? Very good. So negative 16 minus 9y equals 2. Joanne, what's the, after you write that down, what is the first thing I need to move?
The 16.
That's right. And guys, can I combine these two terms here? No. There's not a y with this, so I can't combine those. So now I'm moving the negative 16. And Joanne, how do I do that?
You add 16.
That's right. So I have negative 9y equals 18. Okay, now what do I do 8 in?
I guess it-
Okay, go ahead.
you would add 9.
What operation is taking place with the 9 and the y?
Oh, multiplication by
So we're going to divide both sides by negative 9. Very good. Wake y'all's brains up. So y equals negative what?
9.
18 divided by negative 9?
2.
There you go, negative 2. Very good. Does everyone have this down?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone got it? All right.
Wait, what was it?
No, I'm sorry. You're supposed to be taking notes, right? Okay. Moving on. If a parentheses is preceded. Is it proceeded?
Preceded means preceded.
I don't know if that's right. By a minus sign, that's why I don't teach all grammar. With no multiplier. That means number. It will change the sign of every term in the parentheses.
Yeah, it's preceded.
I know, right? It looks like it should be preceded. And then with one E. I'm going to look that up. Y'all keep writing. Neither one of those look right. I think it's because it's a weird Monday.
It's not even- Yeah, they said terrific. How did terrific say?
No, I was right the first time.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
It means like passive.
Okay, preceded means in the beginning. If a parentheses is preceded, I'm tired. Preceded by a minus sign with no multiplier, it will change the sign of every term in the parentheses.
So then preceded means the same thing as proceeded?
I guess.
I don't think
Basically,
preceded
what we're
is
doing
right.
here is a distributive property with the negative sign.
Can't spell.
For example, 18x minus 4x minus 9. This is what they're talking about. This negative sign right here. If it precedes the parentheses, meaning if it's at the beginning and it says, and there's no multiplier, meaning there's no number right here, then it will change the sign of every term in the parentheses. You're basically doing distributive property with that negative sign. Guys, my students really struggle with this. They'll do maybe the first term, but they'll forget the second term. So this sign right here with no multiplier, with no number here, when it's in front of the parentheses, you're going to distribute it to every term inside. Basically, what they become is now the opposite. So that's 18x. Now that's a positive 4x, right? So now it's a what? Negative 4x.
So
This is a negative 9. So Aiden, if I'm applying the negative to the negative 9, what does that become? That's right. That becomes a positive. So y'all need to take that, write it down and look at it. Yes.
What's the, so you know how there's adding, subtracting? What's the thing that's going on in between 18x and
Right here?
minus 4x? No, the line below it. Like, what's supposed to be in between?
The negative sign. Because look, it's.
So the negative sign is like a subtraction thing?
I guess because see look at this term. This is a positive 4x, right? Because that negative sign is right here in front of the parentheses and there's no number with it.
Changing.
You're changing it now to a negative instead of a
I'm
positive.
just confused because for whenever you put the 9, instead of just putting 9, you put plus 9. But
Because
whenever
look,
you
a
put the
negative,
other thing,
this is a negative 9, right?
Mhm.
So if you're applying this negative to a negative 9, it becomes positive.
So why don't you just put 9?
Because then that would be multiplying. You have to put the sign associated with it.
Oh, okay.
This is a positive, and You change that to a negative. This is a negative, and it changes to a positive. Now, does everyone see that? Now we combine like terms. So, Cecilia, what terms can I combine here?
18x and negative 4x.
That's right. I can combine 18x and negative 4x only. Can't combine it with the positive 9 because there's no x there. So 18x minus 4x is what, Izzy? 14x, and then we just bring down the 9. And that's it. There's no equal sign or anything, so that's as far as we go. We're done combining. Any questions about that? Let's do another one. We're almost done with examples. 9 minus x plus 8 equals 20. And Michaela, you're going to do this one.
Okay.
So what do we, there's no multiplier, there's no number right here, and there's a negative sign in front of the parentheses all by itself. What do I do with that negative sign?
Distribute.
That's right. We're basically multiplying like negative 1 with each of these terms. That's right. So this would be 9. That's a, what would the next one be?
1x.
Okay, well, that's just, okay, you can say 1x, but is that positive or negative? Right here.
Positive.
So then what does it become?
Negative 1x.
Okay, you can do that. Negative 1x, and then what's the next one?
Plus negative 8.
Or just negative 8.
But does that mean the same thing?
Uh-huh. Means exactly the same thing.
Because that's what confuses me.
It
because, like,
confuses-
are you
It confuses a lot of people. And see, like, this was a positive 8. That negative is being applied to it, so it becomes negative, right? The opposite, it's like negative times, it's like negative 1 times positive 8. And you see it becomes negative 8. So what are my like terms, Joanne?
9 and negative
Very good. And what is 9 and negative 8?
1.
That's right. So we have 1 minus, and Michaela said 1x, and you certainly can do 1x equals 20. All right, so what do I do now? Anyone want to tell me? Michaela, what do I do?
Plus 1 to both sides.
Okay, so what do we need to move?
The 1.
This right here?
Yeah.
Okay, so if if this is positive, right? Good. So what's the opposite of positive 1?
Negative.
So we're going to subtract 1 from both sides. And we get, basically, let's go back to our no 1 here. Let's go back to negative x equals 19. Can I have a negative variable right here? Can I, Cecilia? Can I, Gabby? No, I can't. So what do I need to do? Make 19 what? That's right. So you cannot have a negative variable when you're isolating the variable. So you're going to apply this to this. This becomes a positive x, and this becomes a negative 19. There you go.
I thought you would add 1 because the thingy that's going on right there is 1 minus 1x.
But that is applied with the x. And you're moving
Oh.
this. So that would make it positive because we look in the front. And there's no sign here, so
basically
that's...
it could be 1 and then negative 1x or 1 minus positive 1x. Right?
No.
No?
This
I
is
don't
always
get
going
it.
to be negative 1x.
So then they're just next to each other? There's no like...
Well, actually that you put the 1 there, and that's okay. But really, this is just negative x.
So it's 9 minus x.
Yes.
I don't get this, but it's fine.
Well, you've been doing it all year.
I know. I'm just confused because you
Because
just,
it's Monday.
no, because you just bring the numbers down. There's no like thing going on.
What do you mean there's no thing going on?
Okay, look. Can I show you?
Yes.
One
Okay,
times
1 minus 1x. So you're saying it's just negative 1x, and then there's just ones.
Yes.
So what's going on in between them? Is it subtraction?
It's subtraction.
So then it's 1 minus 1x, right?
No.
If that's the
No.
if that's
That
the
would be a
subtraction
positive
thing,
then. A negative next to a negative. Now, how about this?
I know that.
Look at this. 1 plus, how about this? Negative x equals 20.
That makes sense.
Okay, that's
I
what
get
that's
that.
same thing. That's the same thing. You can't do 1 minus negative x because then that becomes a positive. Negative and negative becomes positive. So that's wrong.
So that's the same thing. as
That's the same thing. 1
Oh,
minus
that-
x equals 20. 1 minus x equals 20, and 1 plus negative x equals 20. They are the same.
Oh.
Does that help now?
Yes.
All right,
That's what I was
good, because I'm not
confused
moving
about.
forward till you know. Okay, I think y'all are good to go.
I have a question.
Oh, sure, go ahead.
Would you count off if we did negative x equals 19?
If you did this?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be wrong. You can't have that negative there. Good question. All right, so y'all gonna get started. You're gonna do page 315. You're gonna be doing 1, 2. No. Go ahead. Oh well. I want to do some negatives in front of parentheses, but I don't see any, and I'd be giving away too much homework for tonight. Okay, so it's going to be 1 through 29 odd. Yeah.
15 problem.
Do Wednesday. You have a quiz Monday, and I will probably assign IXL tomorrow because today I got to play catch up. But if I do assign it, you can go ahead and get started on it. But if I do, it's going to be due Wednesday of next week. Always give y'all a week. Okay?